There's a possibility that every day somebody is raped, male or female. Across Africa, somebody is raped every day. My name is Ayodele, on a personality known as AYNigeria. I'm a feminist, activist, gender advocate for SDG Goal 5, gender equality, and I want to introduce you to an initiative known as AYNigeria Goes to School. Project AYNigeria Goes to School is an initiative that visits secondary schools to talk to secondary school students. I'm aware that we have purely girls-only schools and boys-only schools, but this is our focus. We talk to the boys about the need to grow up to be proper men and to learn to respect women, and also not to use their hands and minds as instruments of violence to commit rape. We also talk to the women on the need for them to grow in confidence, learn to respect themselves, and also be properly able to define rape in all of its appearances, whether obvious or not. So far, we've visited over 21 schools in Ekiti State, but here is the interesting thing. I'm sure you'll be wondering why a young man is interested in going to secondary schools to talk to young men and women about rape. And here is my story. Growing up, I was a victim of rape. Not from a woman, but first from a man. A man I trusted so much growing up in a neighborhood, and I trusted him as a father, someone I felt I could always run to. Knowing that he also had a religious background, looked religious, had a family, I thought he was someone I could trust. But then, he defiled me. Fast forward a year after, I had an encounter with an auntie, and also that broke me down terribly. So I remember all the trauma I had to go through, the psychological decay that I went through, and how I struggled to have my sanity back. Gratefully, I did. I found succor in books. I found succor in talking to the world, growing in boldness to be able to share my story with people. Many years after serving in Bayelsa State, I heard of cases, several cases, of women and young men that were abused. Prostitution was on a high level, teenage prostitution was high. And then I carried out a survey and found out that over 75% of women right there, not only in Bayelsa, but also in the South, have been molested and abused. And this, I might not be able to go through, maybe in other series I will share. It became a menace for me, and then I felt I had to do something about it. It was beginning to annoy me that every other person that I might have around me might be going through that level of torture and mental decay that I had to pull through, and many don't usually get out safe. And so, I put up a project, an initiative, and I promised myself that I will visit youngsters. Why youngsters? Teenagers. Because I am convinced that children, even though might also be exposed to rape and sexual abuse, I feel that they are at their reformative age between the age 10 and above, or maybe 18, and they can take decisions with their body. I'm also convinced that at that age, biology has set in, and then they begin to experience puberty that exposes them to sexual experimentation. I also believe things that might attract predators to them might begin to biologically appear on their bodies at that age, and that's talking about women especially. So, even when kids might not be able to express themselves and say I've been abused one way or the other, but I'm sure teenagers would be able to, or should be able to say that there might be an imminent attack. One, I have been attacked. Two, and also find a way to getting justice if it ever happens. And this is my focus. We want to be able to raise a generation of gender balanced and rape-free and a rape-free society. And this is our focus. So with our team of committed volunteers, we are always open to volunteering. Already we have a team of committed volunteers who are committed to visiting schools and preaching this message to these young stars. I'm sharing this commission with you because we are hoping that by watching this video, You will take this model, not necessarily the name, copy this model and begin to fight it. Are you a survivor and you know what it feels like to have been abused and mentally depraved, losing your confidence and your self-worth, and then you can't talk to anybody around? You know the pain it takes you at night when the predator comes and lures you into bed again. You know how it feels, the many nights of pain and agony, and how dirty you feel after every single act. If you are a victim or you are a survivor, then you should be a part of this movement. You know the pain that you feel at night, the cold, lonely nights, and you know the agony and the dirtiness that you feel after every single act. If you can relate with these feelings, then you should support this project. Now, all over Nigeria, we're hoping to create a model that can be used. Simply get a team of committed followers and begin to visit schools to sensitize them. I am convinced that Nigeria will get better if we have a majority of us who have not been abused while growing up. A lot of people walk the streets and are angry, depraved, and are desperate to get revenge from anywhere because of the things that they've gone through and have seen. A lot of Nigerians have grown and they are angry with their parents. They will never trust any man or any woman again because of the things they experienced while growing up. It's so powerful because sometimes rape metamorphosizes into a beast that begins to reflect in completely unrelated sectors of your social life. And you're a very vindictive person. You don't know why. You're a very angry person and people can't really relate with your anger. Maybe it's because of the things that you went through, sexual molestation while you're growing up. And so we want to be able to raise a generation that will be rape-free and gender-balanced. Man and woman equal, woman to man equal. All of us have equal opportunities, and that's what AYNigeria Goes to School stands for. You can, of course, check us out on our website, AYNigeriaGoesToSchool.com. Follow us on Twitter at AYNigeriaGTS, and of course on Instagram, AYNigeriaGTS. And of course, you can send us an email if you would like to be a part, a volunteer, or a sponsor of this initiative, AYNigeriaGoesToSchool@gmail.com. I believe that with you and your support, we can raise a gender-balanced and rape-free society, because you cannot tell when the next victim might come from. It could be you tomorrow, it could be your child, it could be your grandchild. And that's why we have to join hands together and raise a saner society. One more time, my name is Ayodele, an on-air personality known as AYNigeria, and I do hope that you will subscribe and join Team AYNigeria Goes to School.